Hello everybody! In today's video we are going to play a game of chess. 10 minutes with Eccentrica. I'm 1382, so you never know, we could get towards 1400 today, but it all depends if I can remember how the pieces move. And it doesn't help that we start with a d4 game, because I don't like playing against d4. Anyway, it's the end of the world outside. It's nearly pitch black. It's 4:15 in the afternoon, and it's absolutely vile up here in the north of Scotland. And we have on the board the Mexican defence, aka the Black Knight's Tango. Now, I do like it when we get these. Okay, he's gone straight for d5. Okay. So we spin the knight round. I mean, quite often you'll get this, which is not the move. The move that white needs to play here is knight f3. So here you can make a case that white is already overextending. Now, it's normal to put this knight on g6. If I take... If he recaptures with the g-pawn towards the centre, which is what you're meant to do, I'm kind of quite happy about that. If he though recaptures with the e-pawn to there, and then that helps him get his bishop out, and then he gets castled. Yeah. So I didn't really fancy that, to be fair. Now I'm very conscious that my bishops are completely gummed up. I could strike with e5 immediately. There's no knight takes, that's fine. So he's got one opportunity to capture EP. And if he captures en passant, then I can recapture with the f. I think this is critical. I think I need to get this bishop out, shut the door with d6, get the king to safety, and crack on. Because I'm already behind in space. Development-wise, we're okay. Oh, hello. He's getting frisky now, look. Right. Are we concerned? Oh yeah, I've got e7 for the knight. Now, can I bring my bishop out? Bring my bishop out, he does this. I could chuck in h5. I haven't thought about that. Well, I have, but I didn't think about it first. First I thought, oh no, a pawn's coming in my general direction. What am I going to do? In today's video. So, if I do this and he does this, I don't fancy that much while my king's still in the middle. So if I do this and he does this and I go back there, I don't really like... I'm going to play h5. I am. I'm going to do it. I did it. It gives me an anchor on g4, which might be useful. He's pushing the p. Okay, well, this is very, very normal move. Bishop c5, very normal move. Gunning down at the f-pawn. Gunning down at g1, which is where the king is likely to castle. Because I very much doubt he's going that way. Don't you? He could slam his bishop in here. This is definitely a possibility. I don't know if I'm too concerned about that. Well, then if I castle, yeah, if he takes, I'll take back with the queen. If I get the queen out of the pin, then I can't take back with the queen. I have to, unless I put my queen there, or do you know what I mean? Something like that. So the general idea here is shut the door with d6. Opponent is Akash Aki 11, rated 1332. What are you doing? Every time you move, it's making my monitor wobble. Dog's wet as well. Okay, back to the thinking. If I shut the door, there's no prospect of dropping the bishop back, right? Actually, I've always got knight e7 It looks vile, but if it works, it works. God, you had a long think about that, didn't you? Well, you always see this move in the Black Knight's Tango. It makes it quite a poor bishop, really, to be honest. So I mean, I could dive straight in for the f pawn, couldn't I? And is that pretty much going to force him to castle? This no one likes because I've got two attackers on there as well. I think this solves my problems. I think I'm just going to whack that one in without too much thought. Very often it's those moves, you know, that you play on instinct. I mean, sometimes it's absolute garbage, you know, and it goes blunder, and you go, oh no. Okay, there you go, he's castled. This is defended only by that knight there. We could go piling in. I'm inclined to say that d6 is a very sensible move. Yeah. So this is under fire. Could I... Now he's being forced to castle, right? Could I, for example, drop the knight back to h6, put my bishop on g4, pinning this knight. Let's say I take, and then I can take here with my queen. And that's safe. So I've played a variety of crap today. I've got... same again. I don't want b4, so a5 prevents b4, because if he takes, he can't take back, because I win the rook outright. Very, very common pattern. And am I concerned that my king's in the middle of the board? Well, no, because look, we've got both the D and E files are blocked up. Closed is the word. This pawn can't move either. No, I'm not having a draw. No, go away. So I mean, it's a bit kind of convoluted. Oh, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Why didn't you tell me? I've got two attackers on the stupid pawn. Two. Knight takes. If knight takes knight, queen takes knight, and I'm threatening to come in with checkmate. So, I don't know. What do you think? Review it? Review it? Let's have a look. Garbage, apparently. Complete garbage. I didn't blunder, but I had two misses. And it's rated as both 1000. Well, that was terrible. Okay, so from here, it hated this very natural looking move. Yeah, okay, it was a miss. And the next move is a miss as well for the same reason, because I didn't notice that and you didn't say anything. So it went begging. So there you go, 10 moves. Garbage. Let's try and do slightly better. We're rated 1389. This one would bring us to 1399 because I'm playing somebody rated 1480. LATAM 2024 from the Philippines. We've got the Black Mardima Gambit on the board. This is normal. And now we're going to transpose to the Von Poppeel Gambit. Big shout out to William Grove for introducing me to this one. So the idea is a bit like the Spanish. The idea is that I'm threatening the defender of this pawn that's attacked by my knight. Right, like you do down this end of the board when they defend this pawn with their knight, yeah? So I've got takey, takey, takey. And I get my pawn back. Or I drop back and be cool. Maybe he does this. I'm going to drop back and be cool. I'm going to be too cool for school. Queen e2 is a move that should never be overlooked. Bishop c4 is... pretty good. Is that a defensive move, or is he thinking of this? Well, we don't know. I'd love to attack this with a knight. The queen can't do anything. And if I take this knight, he's going to replace it with this spare horse. So this is starting to feel like a kind of von Hennig Caro structure on the queen side there. Right, let's plough on with Black Mardima style play. Offering this pawn, okay. Now don't automatically do that, Hunter, because you know what happens. I could drop back to there, and if he takes, I can take back with the bishop hitting the rook in the corner. I could come to here. Is he going to carry on trying to harass me? Right. Well, I can always create that. I like the pressure on f7 for sure. Is this hope chess if I go here and just hope that he's going to take? I'm attacking it twice. It's a better diagonal if I get it. See, I'm just threatening to take there with the pawn. Okay, now he's got two defenders, so I'm only attacking it the once, right? So if takes... yeah. I'm a little bit on the dopey side today, has to be said. Crap night's sleep last night. So if I take, yes, he loses his central pawn. We could trade everything off. What happens if we trade everything off? Well, that's hanging. But I could just bring my knight out. Go on then. I've also got this as well, actually. Contesting the bishop, and the bishop's pinned on the rook, right? So here, he can't desperado it. Here, if he takes, I can take back with the queen or the knight. I'm still a pawn down, but we've got a nice open f-file, so I do want to castle there. Okay, yeah, sold. Queen takes. Yes, I'm hitting the rook, but it's defended by the queen. But more's the point. Queen or knight? Principles say knight, because I then get to castle. And my queen has options. And my knight needs to get up the board. I think principles win, actually. Ooh. Very tempting. Also a tempting move is queen e2. That's defended. Queen e2, and I take this. This pawn's in a pin, so he has to take that way, and that ain't pretty. Another tempting move, of course, is short castles. Queen e2 might enable long castles, putting my rook on d1. Or snatching the knight off. Right, no. Principles, come on, let's get castled. Get castled and then think about killing him. Okay. Well, you've now pinned your knight. What does that mean? It means queen e2 doesn't really make much sense anymore. But I've got this. Maybe you could flip it. Stop making stupid noises. No. No one wants to hear your stupid noises. They're tuning for the chess. I don't want to see you. Okay. Other possibilities are like ganging up on this knight. You know, like I could... Sacking the exchange is very common in the von Hennig gambit, which is played against the Caro-Kann. But we're in that kind of territory right now, you know? Really using that open file, that open F file. So knight here looks nice. Still got queen there, maybe rook a e1, something like that, or rook a d1. I like this move. I think this is okay. Now he's still on 9 minutes because I've spent all my time talking to you. Okay, of course he's done that. Of course he has. Right, I'm going to dive in here. I know I've undefended my pawn. Should have defended that first. Torn between, you know, this playing instinctively and playing sensibly. And is there any reason why you can't do both at the same time? Yeah, okay, so the king comes there, but I'm threatening to... Oh, cock. Oh, no. I want me down a bishop and 2 pawns now. And he just castles now and defends his rook. Doesn't he? Well, that's a slight surprise. I'm going to go in and attack that. Okay, not defended, not defended. The knight defends the rook. If I take this, he's got rook takes. And I've got check, rook comes back and blocks. Still being defended. Now, this is pretty dire, isn't it? I want to keep his queen where she is. Oof. Oh no, that was just garbage again. Utter garbage, boys. I'm just going to have to play it like a blitz game. Play what comes to me. The rook is defended by the knight. That is a move. Winning some material. Not enough, but still worth doing. Even when you're down in material, winning an exchange, or winning an outright rook would be great. In fact, because it would be attacked twice. So if I get this move in, I don't think he's got a counter threat. So I think I would actually win a rook outright. Depends if he spots it. He can't go there because he loses the bishop. And it doesn't defend against f3 either. Okay. Actually, he can't go there or there to defend the rook a second time. So I still, don't I? Still win the rook. He was thinking how to win. And forgetting not to lose. Not that he's losing at all. And I've got 3 minutes 20 on the clock. Alright, he's going for a cheeky cheapo. And he's not getting it. Just checking this. Rook takes, we're fine. That hangs. That's undefended. Three undefended things. And a partridge in a pear tree. Okay, that's the rook is defended by the bishop. Okay, we're just gonna remove junk. This pawn's in a pin, so I can't capture the knight. Oh, you absolute pillock. There's me doing all that fine work. and messing the place up. Okay. Notice though that yonder knight is the only defender of that bishop that is under attack. So the gods may yet intervene. I'm attacked. So I've stepped the king out of the pin so that the knight is now once again on prise because that pawn is no longer in a pin. Okay. Bugger. If I take a take. Just chucking a cheeky check, I think. Oh no, I'm in check. You should never play when you're tired. It's like droopy eyes. You need to be like that. Know what I mean? But the rook's not defended. You get a repetition here. I get 2 points. He's on 5 minutes 20. How do I attack the rook? That is possible. Also threatens this, but the queen defends f7. In fact, that's immediately on if the queen doesn't defend f7. Okay. Oh! Take out the bishop. No, queen doesn't have to capture. Knight can capture. You're going to sack? That looks really horrible. At least my queen's guarding this. At this point, I feel like I could almost give up a rook for that bishop. I don't think I haven't got any kind of he has, you know, he's gone and sacked. That okay, that's mate. So's that. That okay, but I'm not in check. Here, king goes here. Queen here. Bishop there. I take, queen takes as mate. Yeah, I think I'm screwed. Spite check, that's all I've got. That's checkmate, right? That, I've got this. That I take. If I can get this in, queen might help in the defence as well. That rook takes queen. That's a check. Oh, mate. Yeah, screwed that one. I'm going to have another one. I'm going to have another go. It's got me in a bad mood now, that one. And I'm going to stop taking all day as well to make my moves. Okay, I'm going to play f5. What's the Mengarini opening? Never heard of it. It's a bit like the delayed wing gambit against the Sicilian when your opponent hasn't played the Sicilian. It doesn't make sense if you ask me. I've got some work I could be writing articles on cybersecurity. Don't have to do this. Don't get paid for this, you know. Normal things. Knight comes out, blah blah blah. Knight defends pawn. Arnavaux, 1343. Talk amongst yourselves, there's nothing going on. Okay. Just normal stuff. This is me using the clock as a weapon. He's used over a minute, I've used 15 seconds. He's got b4. I just dropped back and with ideas of a6 or a5. Don't get me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Cultural reference for those of a certain age. In fact, it's possible that they've recycled that quote in Marvel as well. I don't know recently. I quite often like to do this. Now, coming out with this thing to pin the knight. Do you know what? I think this might have been on. There, king takes. Knight there, check. Oh no, because bishop's defended by the knight. Bishop's defended by the knight, so I didn't have queen takes. Okay. Right, do we snatch this boy back? Yeah? Okay. Material equality has been restored. Okay, so attack us on knight. Knight is pinned, can't move. I have this. Why not? All these pawns on dark squares give this bishop nowhere to go other than g3. I could then force it off the board with knight h5. Kind of mucking up his kingside pawns somewhat. Well, he's got to go back there. Why aren't you just... You've got to go back there, dude. His only option is to throw an in-between free queen development. 1, 2, 3. And the knight's disappeared. So now I've got 3 minor pieces and a queen out in the board. What's he got? 2 minors. There's a double attack on here. e4 attacks the knight and the b2 pawn. But on the other hand, I'm slightly wondering whether I'm going to be doing that, or do we just push in here? Push up here, make him bugger up his pawn. So he's got to play h3 or h4 now, I think. Maybe, yeah, okay. That makes the knight move, but where's it going to go? It's going to go there and get in everybody's way. This. Now we are shutting down the king side, so it might actually make castles. Oh, I missed that one. Right, anyway. I was saying it might make castles actually not that bad because the h-file is completely closed and that's more or less closed. So, and I don't have the double attack anymore. Okay, I'm just going to get castled. I'm conscious that this is on, but it's currently defended by the queen. Yeah, he's looking at castling. And he's got an outpost for his knight now. Okay, what about this? Sod it, come on. Smash open the doors. And this has discovered the attack, has revealed the attack on b2. I get confused between the difference between a discovered attack and a revealed attack, and I think it's the same thing. But The word reveal is a transitive object, is a transitive verb, which means it takes an object. Oh, so it is discovered. You discover a thing, you reveal a thing. But this move, the move doesn't discover the attack. The move can reveal an attack. Huh. There's things that go through my brain. So realise I'm 52 years old right now, and I'm realising that I do have a like an ADD style brain structure, which is interesting. If he pushes, he drops back. Well, if he pushes, yeah, I'll take it. I've got 3 attackers on that square. I'm attacking that. Pushing isn't an option. Takes is an option. Ignores is an option. Why didn't he take? He could have just taken there. Okay, if I take... I want to shift that knight. I want to get rid of that bloody knight. Here. Ooh, kind of like it. If he pushes, takes... This knight's going to come in somewhere, isn't he? Okay, so he's pushed. This bishop is currently immobile. So I slide the knight in now. If he takes here, I'm going to take with the pawn. That's fine. Let's slide the knight in. Still using the clock here. And trying to play... just basically front foot. Okay. Yes, a pawn takes. Bishop takes. Yeah, and the bishop's pinned on the king. Yeah, that might be slightly unpleasant. But so might... See if he can take. I've got this hitting the queen with a disco. Now this, I think, would just be premature. He just snatches it off, right? So I want to move the horse. Now, it would be great if he does that. And I can't do that because queen takes and she gets out of the pawn fork. So where can I put my horse? There. If knight takes, I can take. And I don't want to move the horse either. Okay. I'm going to... Okay. There, he just takes me, but then I do have a free discovered check. Could be a double check. Okay, hit the queen. Oh, that also... Oh my... This is too much! Right, I'm attacking his queen. So there's nothing else on his mind. He's got to get the queen. And we know he's seen this, right? That, boys and girls, is a double check with a fork on the bishop. Right, come on, 5 minutes 40. Is there anything better on the board? There can't be. It's a double check, for Christ's sake. Come on. Double check means the king has to move. You can't block it because that doesn't block the knight, right? You can take the knight, but that doesn't stop the bishop. You have to move the king. It's the law with a double check. And that wins the game. Unless we're getting a hold my beer special. But it's all going Pete Tong right now. Knight blocks is the only legal move, I think. And then I might just play bishop takes knight. Pawn takes. I win. Gosh. Gosh, 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 gosh. Right. So I'm back to 1390. But that was... Do you know what? That was better. I'm going to do another one. Because we might get a Goering Gambit. Jose Marcos Lopez Gonzalez from Spain. The Dime-Dum Gambit against the French defence. What's interesting about this is that there's a variety of move orders that you can take to get to this point, which is a check and a fork. And because of our pawn on d5 guarding c6, he can't block with the knight and defend the bishop. So we very, very often lose a piece. Now, critical things here. Yeah, that'll do me. That's fine. Okay. Stopping the bugger from castling can be very, very helpful. Knight e2 is usually played to there. Can't see a problem. I've got a check. Bishop blocks, loses the pawn. Check, knight blocks. So he wants the castle, doesn't he? I could just come here and target that. Then he just castles anyway. I go here and say, take my queen, I'll take yours. Now, I'm a bishop up for 2 pawns, though. So this is not in a losing position. Sometimes you get people literally just resign when they fall for that trap in the Dime-Dum. I don't want to give him free development. Here he's just going to castle. And my knight kind of wants to go to that square. He takes away from the centre. Leaves this pawn a bit awkward. What else has he got? Okay, I'm just gonna. I couldn't see a concrete problem with knight c3 apart from. No, there wasn't. But there and long castles could be a whole load of fun. There and there and long castles. I can't resist it. Bishop e2. I can't long castle because I'll be going through check. Okay, so he's seen that, to his credit. Here, hits the queen, opens up my bishop. He can't checkmate me on there because rook defends. He can't go there because queen and king defend. He can't go there because everybody's hitting that. Okay. Do I do this and then maybe fianchetto? Do I chuck this in? Let's chuck it in because I like it. And look, we've got the bishops of doom. Right, knight is on prise, hanging. Let me just drop it back here. It's now defended by my bishop. I can now castle. Still can't go long because I'll be going through check. But I can castle because the king doesn't have to defend the knight. He wants to go there. I think he can. It's a good bishop. Right. I'm moving this knight so that I can slap my bishop in here. I might also harass the queen and try and occupy the open file, and I might still do that now. Yes, I think I shall. That wasn't the smartest idea I've ever had. Was it? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm now -4 materials. Queen in there. Oh yeah, I don't have to take. If takes, I do get kind of mated. Alright, so. Some Luft, please. That's really annoying. Sanity checks. That's what you missed. Sanity checks. Is there anything stupid about that move before I let go of the stupid mouse? Yes! Pin the knight. It's defended by a pawn. What am I going to do? Queen moves away at her leisure. If only he could move this pawn. Not really. There. I know I'm just out. I'm lashing out now. I'm out of ideas and tit for tat. That's what this blooming video is. But you know, I mean, sometimes I watch Title Tuesday and see grandmasters blunder pieces. It's not the end of the world. I'd love to get that move in, wouldn't you? But he's like, that knight is camped out there for the duration. Okay. There. I mean, it's cheeky as hell. You take here, and it's checkmate. Oh, I don't like your colour of your board. I'm just determined to carry on. What was I when we started? We started at 1390. Okay, the centre game. Are you going to play the Danish Gambit against me? Are you, huh? Are you? Are you? Yes, you are. Good. Danish Gambit. Danish Gambit declined. D5, very common move. I'm now attacking this twice. The pawn is pinned and can't capture. We don't want to take this and invite his knight out into the board. He's a Danish player. He wants that move. Okay, that's lining up knight, bishop g4, sending the queen packing. Hang on, so I do this. You take, I take your queen. You take my queen, I take your bishop. Ugh. Right, I need a spare horse. You can't do that because I just take. In fact, this is still on, isn't it? I didn't even consider that. You should consider moves, Benjamin. Right, I'm going to screw your pawns up. Undefended. Here he's got 3 attackers. But I tell you what, son, you're not in a bloody Danish Gambit anymore, are you? Eh? Are you? This is still in an absolute pink, can't go nowhere. This knight's not the happiest knight in the world either. What are you going to do with your bishop? I might even play this move. You shove that up your nose. How do you like a bit of that? Okay, this, he goes here. I played that. Are you going to trade off? Are you? I'm thinking if I castle, it's going to be going long. This takes back. That hangs. That's pinned as well. Right, here's one. Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns. Name the film. Miko, that's one for you. You'll get that one. Miko gets a lot of my film references, I think. Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns. Okay. This we've already decided upon. This is problem. Okay, defends with the knight, prepares to castle. Common sense. But it doesn't really answer this question. Queen moves. I take the knight. Queen moves here, though. I don't really want to trade queens, but I'm up a pawn. I'm not sure about... Well, depends if the queens are on the board. Open B file might be a pain. Was Rob a good sport? I think he was, yeah. So anyway, so 1390. I've managed to lose 8 points so far. Just go through making sure everybody is good sported. This is the move that worries me. I think I just drop back. My queen's undefended, right? If I trade here, I'm still threatening that. If I drop back and he takes, bishop's double defense. I think that's fine. I think long castles, bishop here. Just bishop here now. Pawn push isn't on, so I think you've only got that. Oh, maybe. So queen goes here, drop back. If I'd love to play that move because I'm threatening that twice and the queen with my knight. Is this also a threat? Oh, look who's counterattacking. Okay, equal material. I take your queen, you take mine. I take here with check, you take my bishop. That doesn't really light my fire, baby. So knight takes, or queen takes. Queen takes is also possible. Queen takes, I'm attacking this bishop, and she can't stay there and she can't go there. So queen takes, she goes here with check. I block with my bishop. Okay, there. Or knight takes is the other option. And your queen's still on prees. Okay, knight takes, queen can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. Knight takes it is. We're not mucking about today. Also, we're trying really, really hard not to swear because I'm wondering if YouTube is turning the dial down a little bit when you've got lots of cursing in your videos, which is completely unnecessary, children, and we don't need it. But it is a sign of intelligence, or can be. I think your queen's trapped. Mother flipper. If I win this game, I'm back to 1390, not 1990, 1390. And I think we should then call it a night, because I've got work to do. And you've probably got stuff you need to do. In fact, you probably haven't even got this far, have you? No. You switched off already, haven't you? Yeah. You thought to yourself, I'm not going to waste my whatever day it is watching this garbage. So it looked like a good move, right? So you thought, you attack my queen, I'm going to take a pawn, attack, and all I did was calculated a couple of options. Now you've got a queen under attack, but well done. So he's clever. He's given himself that thing, but he has had to give up the bishop in the process, and possibly possibly also a knight. Yeah. Having said that, can I take... Right. There, rook goes here. Takes. That's fine, isn't it? Yeah? Take with the bishop. Taking with the queen is just dumb. Taking with the bishop, I'm hitting the rook and the queen, right? He doesn't have a good check. Take with the bishop, he goes here. I take the queen anyway. He takes the queen, he has to. I'm up 2 pieces. He thinks he's having a sniff at my rook. I can actually castle out of that, or just stick my king up there. Or do this and threaten to checkmate him. There, queen takes, I take back. He attacks my bishop. I can't defend both. There. Attacking the queen outright. I don't know. There is another idea. I kind of like this one though. Let's go with that one. We're winning. We're winning. Get out of it. Yeah, maybe should have thought about that a little bit more. There, queen takes. You take the bishop. I take this pawn, hitting the knight and the rook, but the knight's defended, so the rook moves. We could trade down. I'm still up a piece. I'm sure I enabled pre-moves on this account. I tried to. Chess.com is kind of buggy though, you know. Right, I'm up a bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a pawn. So I'm going to be all over this bastard like a rash. He's got 4.5 minutes left. Vidim Boda. You may resign. Having said that, I spy a little issue. This rook is the only defender of the knight what is under attack. And it can't go anywhere else in the second rank. Therefore, what you going to do now? Huh? This is a deflection. Removing the defender of the knight. I'm deflecting the defender of the knight away from the defense of the knight. Because it's only got 1 square. I mean, theoretically it's got that one, but that's under attack anyway. Theoretically he's got that one, but he can't get there in 1 move. Because you're only a rook. And you can't go diagonal, because then you'd be a queen. You're not really, though. I mean... Okay, you can have a pawn, but you lose a whole rook, so that's not... Now you've got 2 rooks under attack. Now, the big question is, can he checkmate me? The answer is no. If my king has too many squares, right? The next question is, can he get a repetition? Which would be annoying. So I'm thinking maybe something like this. If I take the knight, here, 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 here. Or I could come here. Kind of like that. Right, his knight's under attack, and his rook. But that was a good find, actually. Well done. You know, he's got some defensive resources, but the really nice thing about this move is, yeah, it's on a protected square, and it prevents the first check. So he hasn't got either of those checks. He could go here, but he loses his knight. Yeah, I think treading water is a fair result today. This doesn't work because, I mean, I can take or I can take, so might be worth slapping the rook on e8 and threatening the back ranker. Yeah, it's just, I can't see, geometrically, I can't see any way of white holding this. Just even something like that. There, he just takes the pawn. I mean, I've got to be very, it's possible to get checkmated, you know, with two rooks, but not while I've got one on the back rank myself. Okay. Is this cheeky? If he takes the bishop, it's mate in two. If he moves, it's mate in two. If he goes there, it's mate. God, I'm glad I'm not outside right now. What is it? It's 5:15. Feels like night time. Feels like midnight. To where I live in Scotland now, in Kinloss, I'm further north than the whole of Denmark. So the Northmen, the Norsemen, the Vikings who came over and invaded Britain in the 9th century, I think. If they came from Denmark, then I'm where I live is further north than all of those mother figures. Right, he's down to a minute now. So all I have to do is just make sure I keep a rook near my king. And, right, you want a piece of my bishop, do you? Fine. He's going to do this. That is just a very safe place for my knight. Pawn, no pawn can get it, no pawn can touch it. This, bong bam. This, bish bash, bish, bash. This is a forking square potentially. there. The king's out of squares. Okay, he's got that. Hits the rook. Can't defend the pawn, you time out. Oh! That's enough. I'm out! I'm done! I've got the same number of points as I had when I started the video, so it's been a complete waste of everybody's time. Go away. I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll be in a better frame of mind. Take care.